Hi there, everybody. And welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, then you already know the deal. But in case you are new, then my name is Brooke. And I am your new best friend on the internet. It's nice to meet you. So, today's video is going to be soft spoken because, to be honest, that's mostly, I kind of do like a 50-50 split, but I think it leans a little heavier on the soft-spoken side on my other platform, which is TikTok. And a lot of you guys really like my soft-spoken voice over there. Now, the reason I don't do it in more videos, the reason I don't typically do soft-spoken is not because I don't like it. I do, and I like how it sounds, but it's really, for me anyway, it's really hard on the voice. Like my voice, my throat will hurt after I do a really long period of time doing soft-spoken. I don't know why. Whispering, I can do all day. I can literally do all day. No strain, no stress. Even when I've lost my voice, I can whisper, no problem. But soft-spoken just takes a lot more control, and it's just a little more difficult, but I figured it would be nice to switch it up every once in a while, especially because this last video that I did with the Goosebumps books, I did in a whisper. So I was like, perfect, part 2 will be soft spoken. You'll have to let me know what you think. What do you think? And I know it's not for everybody, but I do get quite a few comments just saying, I wish you would do more soft-spoken, so I thought we would just try today. So, I've got on these ghost nails. They're just really cheap, thin press-ons. But I was really craving that sound of a cheap press-on nail. I have a few other choices that I was choosing between for my nails today, but they all had like a thick layer of gel coating on top, and I just wanted that like cheap plastic nail sound. There are very different nail tapping sounds. That's the one I wanted today. Now, I'm going to take a sip of my Beveroo and then we're going to get into this video. This is from one of you. One of you sent it to me. And it says Passport on it. My dog's name is Passport. okay? So, I have set aside all of the books that I have like a visual or auditory memory of talking about. I could be wrong and have talked about some of these because there are a lot left. And I could be wrong in that I may have spoken about these in the last video. But I don't think so. I just think we didn't get through very many. I wonder why, because we're already 6 minutes in and we haven't started. But, yeah. This is what we're going to start with, what we're doing today, since I haven't even explained it. Ignore the beep beep, it'll be gone in a second. We are going to be going over Goosebumps books from my best friend's childhood collection, and tapping on them, flipping the pages, and reading the backs. This is Goosebumps number 7. Night of the Living Dummy. Night of the Living Dummy. I believe it's Night of the Living Dummy 3 that, or maybe it was the first one, I don't know, but that Hayden Christensen was actually in that episode of Goosebumps when he was a kid, so aka like Anakin Skywalker, older Anakin Skywalker from the Star Wars series. He was in an episode of Goosebumps when he was a kid, and it was one of the Slappy episodes, and he's like Slappy. Like, he just sounds so funny, so Canadian. That didn't sound Canadian, but it's the way that he says it. Trust me, you'll hear it. I'm Minnesotan, so I can't talk. I'm not making fun of anyone. But, yeah, this is Night of the Living Dummy. He walks, he stalks. He's no dummy. Lindy names the ventriloquist dummy she finds Slappy. Slappy is kind of ugly, but he's a lot of fun. Lindy's having a great time learning to make Slappy move and talk, but Chris is jealous of all the attention her sister is getting. It's no fair. Why does Lindy always have all the luck? Chris decides to get a dummy of her own. She'll show Chris. Then the weird things begin to happen. Nasty things, evil things. No way a dummy can be causing all this trouble. Or is there? Reader beware, you're in for a scare. We'll move on to the next one. This one is Go Eat Worms. That one there is very thin compared to all the rest. Just handling it, I didn't look at how many pages were in there, but just handling it, you can feel it's a lot lighter and thinner. Go Eat Worms. This is number 21. They're creepy and they're crawly. They're totally disgusting. Obsessed with worms? That's putting it mildly. Todd is so fascinated with worms that he keeps a worm farm in his basement. Most of all, Todd loves torturing his sister and her best friend with worms, dropping them in their hair down their backs, until one day, after cutting a worm in half, Todd notices something strange. The rest of the worms seem to be staring at him. Suddenly, worms start showing up at the worst places for Todd, in his bed, in his homework, even in his spaghetti. What's a worm lover to do when his own worms are starting to gross him out? See, here's the thing. I don't ever remember this one being on an episode of the show. And I'm wondering if the reason why is because I never saw it, or it just didn't stick out to me, or if it's because they didn't want to show him cutting a worm on TV. I do wonder that. I never read this one, I don't think. Or maybe I read it, but there's something in here. A little miniature. It's pretty cool. Who knows what's in these? This is a good title. I love this title. The Scarecrow. God, my Minnesotan accent keeps coming out. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. It's a field of screams, it says. It says free bookmark inside, but there's not one in there anymore. Jody loves visiting her grandparents' farm. Okay, so it's not the most exciting place in the world, but still Grandpa tells a great, scary story, and Grandma's chocolate chip pancakes are the best. But this summer, the farm has really changed. The cornfields are sparse, Grandma and Grandpa seem worn out, and the single scarecrow has been replaced by 12 evil-looking ones. Then one night, Jody sees something really odd. The scarecrows seem to be moving, twitching on their stakes, coming alive. And the caption is, "It's a field of screams." Get it? Like it's a play on, it's a field of dreams. Field of screams. Okay, then, oh, I love this one. So this one we might have talked about. I think we did in the first one, the first video, so I'm not going to go through it again. But I do love this cover. That's why I wanted to show it again. I love the depiction of Halloween candy in a piece of art. This one I always thought was kind of stupid. There are a few that I was just like, about the covers specifically. We talked last episode about the Terror at Camp Jelly Jam or whatever that was called. And I don't like that one either with the guy. This one I was always like, really? He's a bee? Okay. It says he's no ordinary human being. Right brain, wrong body. Gary Lutz needs a vacation from himself. Bullies are constantly beating him up. His only friend is his computer. Valid. Even his little sister doesn't like him. But now Gary's dream is about to come true. He's going to exchange bodies with another kid for a whole week. Gary can't wait to get a new body until something horrible happens, and Gary finds out his new body isn't exactly human. So found, even in just the few that I've read, the person is usually like an older brother with like younger siblings that like the book is centered around. And I'm like, there are some stories that R.L. Stine writes where there's like an older brother who's 16 or something, but typically it's about a younger brother or a younger sister. So I'm almost wondering if R.L. Stine is the oldest. Although his writing style definitely gives like only child vibes. But I do wonder. I'll have to do some research. Research into the king himself. I love R.L. Stine. Have I mentioned that? I love him. He is my ultimate, like, if I could be a writer, he would be the one that I would wish that I could be, even more than Stephen King. And I know that's saying a lot, and a lot of people compare the two. I think that's comparing apples to oranges. Like, they're both fruit, but one sec. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Like, they're both fruit, but they're so different. And yeah, R.L. Stine and Stephen King are both, did I talk about this in the last one? Doesn't matter. They're both horror writers, but like, one's for kids, one's not. I don't know. This is another one of those give yourself goosebumps books, and I love how it's like slightly holographic. Look how cool. Look at the artwork on this one. Is this a wax museum one? Yes, welcome to the Wicked Wax Museum. What great artwork. Choose from over 20 different scary endings. Great ghouls. Goosebumps is on Saturday morning on Fox Kids TV. Alright. Too hot to handle. Your teacher thinks it'll be good for your class to hang out at the new wax museum in town. Yeah, right? Once you get there, that's when your teacher starts blah-blahing about something or other, and that's when you and your friend see the red door. If you decide to check out what's behind door number 1, you'll discover the museum owner's secret for making lifelike sculptures, and it doesn't look like fun. If you decide to ditch the red door and go the other way, you'll end up meeting the scary Sybil Wicked and wish you hadn't. If you escape this creepy place before you're turned into a human candle, or will you escape this creepy place before you're turned into a human candle? The choice is yours. So awesome. Okay. Another Reader Beware, you choose the scare one. The Return to the Carnival of Horrors. Wow. It's the ride of your life again. Oh no, could it be? Yes, you're back at the Carnival of Horrors. You escaped the first time, but Al, the evil carnival manager, wants your second visit to last forever. You've got to get out of there before midnight. If you win 3 midway games, you have a chance, but the games are horrifyingly hard, like Q Quest. If you pick the wrong number, the penalty will really blow you away. So, I'm a really fast reader, and the problem is I read ahead. And so that's why I just said the numbers are horrifyingly hard, when that wasn't until 2 sentences later, because the number said, the word said, anyway, I often read ahead, even when I'm trying to read one sentence, and so when I'm reading aloud, it just gets a little confused. If you pick the wrong number, the penalty will really blow you away. Maybe you should look for a way out on the rides, but watch out for Roller Coaster. It's a steer-yourself roller coaster filled with ghosts. I'm trying to get through these, but I don't even know if we're gonna finish today. This was the cover of one of the DVDs. That I have. That's it has multiple episodes on each one. One of them is a big board game. This is Tales to Give You Goosebumps, special edition number 1. So this is 10 mini stories. So this is a Goosebumps book. I didn't even really realize they had this. 10 mini stories. What a genius idea. God, I love him. To give you goosebumps. From an evil baby sister to a remote control that can control more than just the television set, to a teacher who likes snakes a little too much, to a cute cuddly bear gone bad, there are 10 creepy, spooky stories guaranteed to give you goosebumps all night long. Reader beware, you're in for 10 scares. Cool. Okay, now we're moving on over, excuse my reach, to these. Deep Trouble 2. Is this the one with Daniel Clark? I think that one's just Deep Trouble, but Deep Trouble, the first one, I think it is. Daniel Clark is that him? Or is it the older sister that I know? Why am I saying Daniel Clark if that's not him? I think it is. Anyway, super cute back in the day. Loved him. And then I think the older sister, she wore in that Goosebumps episode these tennis shoe heels that were like, they looked like a tennis shoe, but they were like thick heels. Anyway, that was a good episode. But, or no, Daniel Clark is in How I Got My Shrunken Head. But Deep Trouble is... Never mind, forget me. Anyway, the fish are biting everyone. Billy Deep and his sister Sheena are spending another summer in the Caribbean on their uncle's totally cool floating lab. The weather is beautiful, and there are lots of neat places to go swimming and snorkeling. Billy and Sheena are great swimmers, but even great swimmers get into trouble, especially this year. This year there's something really scary going on under the sea. The fish all seem to be growing bigger and bigger into monster-sized creatures with monster-sized appetites. I think for some reason I'm thinking of the girl from My Girl. And I've always known her name, but for some reason I'm blanking, but I think she's the older sister in Deep Trouble. And she wears the really cool shoes. I could be totally wrong and just making something up in my head, but I don't know. I don't know. Do you? I don't know. This one was always a spooky one. The cover. The Curse of Camp Cold Lake. Sink or sink. Camp is supposed to be fun, but Sarah hates Camp Cold Lake. The lake is gross and slimy. Ooh. She's having a little trouble with her bunkmates. They hate her. So Sarah comes up with a plan. She'll pretend to drown and everyone will feel sorry for her. But things don't go exactly the way Sarah planned, because down by the cold, dark lake, someone is watching her, stalking her. Someone with pale blue eyes and a see-through body. Number 56. Sorry, I haven't been saying that every time. Let me take a sip of my beverage. Okay. I mean, at this point, we still have enough for literally a whole other video. But we're going to just try to power through. This is Don't Go to Sleep, aka Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a no snooze situation. Matt hates his tiny bedroom. It's so small it's practically a closet. Still, Matt's mom refuses to let him sleep in the guest room. After all, they might have guests someday or a year. Then Matt does it late one night when everyone's in bed. He sneaks into the guest room and falls asleep. Poor Matt. He should have listened to his mom, because when Matt wakes up, his whole life has changed for the worse, and every time he falls asleep, he wakes up in a new nightmare. So you always have to listen to your mom. Number 54. Beware the Snowman. This one's pretty dirty. It's seen better days. It says he's got a heart of gold. Cold. No melting allowed. Jacqueline used to live with her Aunt Greta in Chicago, but not anymore. They've moved to a place called Sherpia. It's a tiny village on the edge of the Arctic Circle. Jacqueline can't believe she's stuck out in Nowheresville. No movie theaters, no malls, no nothing. Plus, there's something really odd about the village. At night, there's a strange howling noise, and in front of every house, there's a snowman, a creepy snowman with a red scarf and a deep scar on his face, and a really evil smile. Tea. Okay. Ghost camp. What a good picture. Do you see it? Have the hiccups. Be all that you can't see instead of be all you can be. So funny. The joke's on them. Harry and his brother Alex are dying to fit in at Camp Spirit Moon, but this camp has so many weird traditions, like the goofy camp salute, the odd camp greeting, and the way old campers love to play jokes on new campers. Then the jokes start to get really serious, really creepy, really scary. First, a girl sticks her arm in the campfire, then a boy jams a pole through his foot. Still, they're just jokes, right? I don't remember this one. Episode or number 45. I don't remember. I don't remember that. I always thought this one was stupid, mostly because it looks like me. Funny. Somebody commented on my TikTok yesterday and said, "Oh my god, I love your bunny teeth, so pretty." And I was just like anyway, bad hair day. He's no Easter bunny. Pick a scare, any scare card. Trick cards, floating scarves, disappearing doves. Tim Swanson loves magic tricks. Someday he wants to be a real magician. But just like his all-time favorite hero, Amazo, but then Tim goes to Amazo's show and he finds out his idol is a total grump. That's when Tim decides to steal the bag of tricks. The Amazo's bag of secret tricks, scary tricks, the one with multiplying red balls and all those hissing snakes. I hope you guys like this series. I'm having a good time going through everything as well. Excuse my reach. Oops. I hope that didn't mess with the microphone at all. Okay. Shouldn't have. Oops. What the hell? Stay. I hope that didn't bother you. It was just me touching the cord, so it probably didn't sound like anything, but in case it did, I'll check around the 30-minute mark and make sure everything's okay. I didn't like the cover art on this one. I mean, if you were scared of this cricket thing, then it would be scary, but I just wasn't a big fan of this one. It's the Shocker on Shock, or A Shocker on Shock Street. It's a real dead end. Talk about a shock treatment. Erin Wright and her best friend Marty love horror movies, especially Shocker on Shock Street movies. All kinds of scary creatures live on Shock Street. The Toadinator, Apeface, the Mad Mangler. But when Erin and Marty visit the new Shocker Studio theme park, they get the scare of their lives. First, their tram gets stuck in the cave of living creeps, then they're attacked by a group of enormous praying mantises. Real life is a whole lot scarier than the movies, but Shock Street isn't really real, is it? This is number 35. Car. We're almost done. We have 5 left. So savor it. Enjoy them. I'm saving a good one for last. This is Reader Beware. You choose the scare. Number 7, Under the Magician's Spell. So cool. Boo Dude. Goosebumps is on TV. See your local TV listings for details. See, like, look at the little detail of the skull or the skeleton head here in the wood grains. That's so cool. It's a little chop of horrors. You and your little sister and your best friend just found, little sister, and your best friend just found a new magic shop at the mall. The man inside calls himself the Magician. He's pretty creepy. Before you know it, your little sister runs out of the shop with his book of magic spells. If you read one of the spells, you find yourself at the magician's workshop. Suddenly, you are part of the magic act. You are forced on stage, about to be sliced into a million pieces. If the 3 bullies from school grab the book, you must find it before the magician makes your sister disappear forever. The choice is yours. Reader beware. You choose the scare. I also have quite a few Goosebumps books. I made a video about them years ago on my old channel, but the audio was fucked up because I was trying to do a new microphone at the time, and I was so excited because it was a Rode mic and it plugged right into my new camera, and I was just like, oh, this is going to be so much better quality, but the mic sounded terrible, and I uploaded them anyway because I filmed like 5 videos that night going through a bunch of old books and movies, and I was so devastated that it didn't work out. But if I find my old books again, I know they're in storage right now, if I find them again, I'll definitely go through them, so stay tuned for that. This is a really good art cover, I think. It came from beneath the sink. It's warm, it's breathing, and it doesn't do the dishes. Their luck's about to go down the drain. Kat and her brother Daniel are so lucky. They just moved to a new house with tons of rooms, 2 balconies, and a lawn the size of a football field. But all that good luck is about to run out because there's something really evil living in their new house. Something that's moving, watching, waiting, something that comes from beneath the sink. Monster Blood 3. I was never a big fan of the Monster Blood series, to be honest. I think I said that in the last one. She must have gotten this one at a garage sale because it says it belongs to Casey Kleinschmidt. Casey Kleinschmidt. Hope you're doing well, Queen. It's the slime that never dies. Evan can't stand babysitting his genius cousin Kermit. Kermit refuses to play video games. He won't even play frisbee, and all he likes to do is hang out in the basement doing strange experiments and playing mean practical jokes on Evan and his friend Andy. But now Andy's found something that will teach Kermit a lesson once and for all. It's green, it's slimy, and it comes in a can marked Monster Blood. I mean, it is a good idea. This is number 29. It is a good idea for a story, but I was never into it. This one I think I showed in my previous video, but I really love this cover, so I'm gonna show it again. I love cemeteries, you know me. Do you believe in ghosts? This is Ghost Beach, by the way. Number 22. Jerry can't wait to explore the dark, spooky old cave he found down by the beach. Blah, blah, blah. I think I already read this, but I love this art. So cool. Last one is Daniel Clark's episode. Daniel Clark, aka Sean from Degrassi. Shut up. Sean and Emma are endgame. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I do. Okay, here's the thing. I always said my two favorite characters were Spinner and Emma. And so I was like, if she were to end up with anybody else, I would like her to end up with Spinner, even though it made no sense. And then when they did it, I was like, okay, like, I see it. I see the vision. I get it. But in real life, they'd be divorced fast, and Sean would come home from war, and they would get married. She'd probably cheat on Spinner with Sean, and then they'd get married. Anyway, you who don't watch Degrassi are like, what? Anyway, how I got my shrunken head. Heads up. 2 heads are better than 1. What has 2 eyes, a mouth, and wrinkly green skin? Mark's shrunken head. It's a present from his Aunt Benna. A gift from the jungle island of Baldora. Mark can't wait to show the kids at school his shrunken head. It's so gross, so ugly, so awesome. But late one night, the head starts to glow because it's no ordinary head. It gives Mark a strange power, a magical power, a dangerous power. Reader beware. You're in for a scare. That's it, guys. Here, I'll tap on it. I hope you enjoyed this series. This is the entirety of her Goosebumps Books Collection. I hope you liked the soft spoken. If you do, let me know. I'll do the occasional video like this. It probably won't be too often, so I don't think I'm going to start doing it all the time, but for sure, like one a week or so, one every 4 videos I'll try to do in soft spoken. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm sending you all so much love, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon. I promise. Bye, guys.